All right, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about our plans for the garden field. And the garden field is named as such because when it was part of a larger estate, that's the name given to this area. So historical context there. And just as a reminder, the this up here is the route from the top field. So that's our route into the garden field coming down here. And we've got some pylons in this field down here. Look at the camera screen. Yeah, down here. The woods over there, they're not ours, they're our neighbours. These woods here, very small band, they're in our land. Yeah, they're in our land. And in here we've got predominantly Scots pine and oak with a few silver birch at this end. And yeah, so let's just start with the track. So the track is coming, yeah, where we are now. It's going to go down this side, and it's going to hit the pylons, and it's going to go along the pylons. So we're doing that because pylons, you can't plant trees by the pylons because they, don't work well together. They interfere with each other. So we're leaving a strip for the pylons without trees, and you can't plant trees where the track is. So we're going to join those up together. So we have less space that we can't plant because of those things. So we put them together. Right, so to start with, we're going to start with this end here. So this is where we're going to be planting some oak and some silver birch. Fairly dry in this area, not too bad. And also, the oak's kind of growing all right around here. These are not oak, but on the other side, over there, there's some oak. So hopefully they're going to grow well in this area. It's quite a small area. And then before we get where it's wetter, so where the rushes are down here, that's where it's wetter. That's the rushes are growing, signifying that change between slightly drier and wetter. So we've got coniferous trees, we've got some coastal redwood, Douglas fir, and some western red cedar. So I think we should grow all right here. The ground conditions seem to suggest they should be all right, and here it's fairly well sheltered. These trees, well, they don't like exposure. They don't really like it too windy, and the wind's coming generally from this angle. We've got this big bank of trees here. If the wind comes from somewhere else, we've got trees around here. Potentially though, it might get potentially like a frost hollow here because of how the ground's situated. So that might be a slight negative, but we'll just have to wait and see. But we're not planting them right at the bottom, so hopefully the Douglas fir and the coastal redwood will be good here. So with the coastal redwood, we're not getting, there's not so much of it in Scotland. There is some, but not that much. We just kind of want to grow it. It'd be cool to have some redwood. Obviously won't reach complete maturity in our lifetime, but with the Douglas fir and the western red cedar, which hopefully she has some stuff there to harvest, yeah, hopefully our lifetimes. And then at the bottom where it is marshier, we're going for predominantly western red cedar because it grows well and it grows as well in the wet conditions. Well, that's the information how we've been led to believe anyway. And on this side of the pylons down here, we're going to mix it in with some sycamore. Got some sycamore in the woods over here, so a good kind of integrating with the existing woodland. And then on the other side, we're probably going to plant it with some Norwegian spruce, potentially some alder. So Norwegian spruce is there as a backup, so if the western red cedar doesn't work, we've got another timber tree. And the alder, because it's a native tree and it likes growing where it's wet, so hopefully it should work well together down there. And then finally, we've got a section of oak and Scots pine in this corner, and that's kind of linking the two blocks of native woodland that we've got already together. Should grow well because they're growing well here at the moment. So yeah, that's our plan for the garden field. The other thing to say is, down here we're planning to so at the moment there's drainage pipes under the field down there which are helping to drain the land, but they are breaking, deteriorating, and it'll only get worse into the future. So we're going to bring the water onto the surface, and we're going to put a ditch, burn, stream across the field, which is also good for the biodiversity. It creates some where other plants and creatures and animals will like to make home, and also it's a nice feature for us to have in the field. And also a pond as well. There's actually a really wet bit just there, so that's where we're planning to put in the pond. And with the pond, we don't really want the stream won't be running into the pond, but they'll be in the same sort of vicinity, but you don't really want the running water going into the pond, or so we've been led to believe by our kind of ecology experts. But that's not something we need to look at a bit more in detail later on really with that. At the moment we're just kind of been focusing on the trees and kind of planning where those features could go. Right, so that's the design layout of the garden field. Hopefully that's what we're going to be taking forward, but it just depends on whether our application is successful for the tree planting grant. If you're enjoying following our journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.